What's going on, guys? It's Saturday25 here, and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team playthrough. So in the last episode, we started the post-game, and we got the ability to rearrange our team in any way, shape, or form that we so choose, and also the ability to evolve, which I'm going to wait a little bit until I do. Because as you can see, we just need 6,200 XP to get to level 32, which for those of you that know, that's what level you get Venusaur at. And for those that actually don't know, whenever you evolve a Pokemon in Mystery Dungeon, their XP gets reset. So, like, for example, let's just say that the XP to level up from 31 to 32 is 12,000, for example, okay? So, you see I'm at 6,200. If I were to evolve into Ivysaur right now, I would need 12,000 XP to hit level 32. So I am going to wait till I get there to evolve. Oh yeah, also as you can see, Bulbasaur is on the team by himself. So that's part of the new thing that we just unlocked access to as far as getting the teams concerned, because we decided, as Squirtle and I decided, that the team leader can go on a dungeon exploration by themselves if they so choose, and also we can pick whoever we want as the team leader, etc, etc, etc. But we did unlock the Sky Blue Plains friend area yesterday, so we do have a job that we can go do. Is like our first. Well, we did unlock access to the Stormy Sea, but I have to get. Well, I don't have to per se, but I want to get Magnemite leveled up more before him and I go down there. Because you can see he's only level 20 or level 17, and that's just a little bit too low for what we'll be trying to, or what we'll be dealing with down there. So, don't want to take any chances. But with unlocking the Sky Blue Plains friend area in the last episode, we did unlock a new dungeon that we can go and explore to sort of, I guess in a way, kick off the post game, if you will. And we're going to be stockpiling our money back up again, because as I showed off in the last episode, Wigglytuff's got all the rest of the friend areas that were available to, or that are in the game now available to us to purchase, and they're lots of money. So yeah, we're gonna have our work cut out for us as far as that's concerned. I kind of want that because it's a silver gummy for Magneton, so I'm just gonna take that. And here's the new mission. So Howling Forest is what it is. So let's accept this. It'll play a little cutscene. This is how you know it's sort of story related. So a Smeargle ran away from his pride, or from his pack, whatever they called themselves, because he didn't want to become a grown-up. And then he got himself lost in the Howling Forest. I wish life was that simple in real life, just run away so you don't have to become an adult. I mean, granted, not the getting lost in the forest part, but I would love that. Just run away from becoming an adult and then just not have to be one. But the Howling Forest is now open for exploration for us, and we can head on out there. So let's get on our way. Obviously, we already grabbed Magnemite, so we're good to, right? I did grab Magnemite, right? Yeah, okay, we're good to go. And, oh yeah, so we also unlocked a bunch of other dungeons due to some of the friend areas that we have obtained. So Solar Cave becomes unlocked during the post game no matter what, just because that's where you get your HMs and stuff. You get Dark Knight Relic if you get for having the Darkness Ridge friend area unlocked. So obviously because of Absol we have that. Waterfall Pond, I believe, is Waterfall Lake's friend area. The desert region you get for buying Furnace Desert, or whatever the friend area is called. I think it's called that though. Yes. Southern Cavern you get for being awarded the Boulder Cave friend area, and Wyvern Hill you get for getting the Dragon Cave friend area. I think... No, there's still more. There are other dungeons that you'll unlock for getting other friend areas, but I'll touch on those once we get there. So obviously there's the Stormy Sea. That's our next, well, one of our next areas that we can go to in the story. And that's like one of 3 branching paths in the post game. The post game kind of has 3 different branching paths, each with their own respective story to them. Although the Stormy Sea path doesn't necessarily have a quote-unquote story to it compared to the other 2. And really, I guess the other one doesn't really have much of a story either. It's because it's literally just going to fight Lugia in the Silver Trench after recruiting the birds. But the Ho-Oh's path, which is the 3rd one, that actually does have somewhat of a story to it. But anyways, we're not going to worry about any of that right now. We're going to go to the Howling Forest and try to rescue Smeargle and hopefully get enough XP to level myself up to 32 so that we can evolve into Venusaur. So, obviously, you know, we can, basically by this point, we'll be able to recruit, like, every Pokemon that exists in here. Due to the fact that we have all of the friend areas available to us from the main story, and also a couple ones that were from the post game, or only available, I should say, starting with the post game. So basically anything that we can recruit here is going to be fair game. It'll all just be if they, you know, want to join or not, of course, as with most things. But alright, let's make our way through here. And obviously getting some good XP for Magnemite will be good also. Actually, I believe Whismur is one of the only ones that I can... Did I unlock the Echo Cave? Okay, so I don't have Echo Cave, so I can't get Whismur. So I actually think Whismur is like one of the only Pokemon in this place that I won't be able to recruit. Which is kind of funny. Or actually, I don't think I'll be able to get Snorlax either. Because I don't think I have access to Energetic Forest. I can't remember if I bought that one or not. Although Snorlax is incredibly rare anyway, so we might not even see one in this first initial run through once we get to that part of this dungeon. But either way, like I said, I don't think I could recruit one even if I did find one. But I'm thinking if I get Magnemite to about level 25... Oh, actually, I should be picking these up because... Oh, never mind. I thought that was a brown gummy. I don't have any fighting types, so I don't have any use for that at the moment. I think if we get Magnemite to level probably 25... I think we should be okay to go down there, especially because I'll be a Venusaur, so, you know... And I'll be level 32. I'm referring to Stormy Sea, just in case that wasn't clear enough, which it probably wasn't, so my apologies there. But just because like the Pokemon we'll be fighting will be in their 20s themselves. There are 2 Pokemon that are level 30, but they're not threatening to the point where it's like, oh no, like, you know, we're gonna get completely waxed, you know what I mean? Like, we'll still be okay, you know what I mean? Because obviously they're all, spoiler alert, they're all gonna be water types. If that wasn't obvious enough. By the fact that it's called the Stormy Sea. But, which is actually why it's kind of convenient that we have a grass type, or that we got Bulbasaur, you know, a grass type starter. Because that actually, I mean, granted, you know, with my strat for beating Groudon so super easily, obviously, you know, I'll have a grass type regardless, but no offense to Tangela, but, you know, one of the starters is obviously going to be a better Mon, right? But, so either way, technically we would have been okay, but, you know, that makes it kind of convenient because, you know, we automatically have a Pokemon to take with us. Or a team, I should say, a duo, if you will, to go down there to take on all the water dungeons with, because there's actually a small handful of water dungeons in this game, 2 of which are actually legitimately related to the post-game, as in, like, their story dungeons. 3, technically, if you count Suicune's dungeon, but I think there's a lot of flying types there also. But of course, again, I'd be sending these 2, so Magnemite can easily take care of the flying types. Oh, actually, okay, so this isn't one of the dungeons. There's another new feature that we have access to now, which is actually really cool. I always thought that it was a really cool feature oh, I clicked the wrong move. Darn it. I just lost out on some XP because of it, too. There's also a really cool feature that not every dungeon, and I actually don't recall off the top of my head what dungeons in particular have this feature in the post-game. I know for a fact that the Buried Relic does, and I want to say that every dungeon from that tier point onward, and you may be wondering what I mean by tier point. So basically, as I said, there's 3 different paths that you can kind of take for the post game, and each one has like their own tier level to them. So for example, it's like, you know, Stormy Sea, which gets you to the Buried Relic, and then, you know, if you go down Ho-Oh's path, you have the Fiery Field, and then the Lightning Field. I know actually that might even be what it's called. And then the North Wind, or the North Wind Field, or the Northern Ridge, whatever it's called. It's sad I don't remember the names of these dungeons with how many times I've played these games. But I don't always play the post game in my defense. But, like, you know, and then obviously you have Mount Faraway, which is Ho-Oh's dungeon, which is the next tier up. You know, and then you have the Silver Trench, which is right around there. So, I don't remember. I love this music, by the way. This is such a good track. I think this is the Silent Chasm track, though, right? I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. Because I made the comment that it reminds me of Rugrats with that part. Great track, though. But, another new feature that, like I said, that quote-unquote tier of the post-game dungeons gives you access to is you actually can change the team leader midway through a dungeon. So, for example, if, like, let's say there was something that was over a patch of water that, you know, obviously I can't walk across, but Magnemite can float across. There's a level up for Magnemite, speaking of, level 18. Nice. Yeah, it's gonna, I don't know when his XP curve jumps up again, but I think it might be after level 20, but it's gonna be 10k a level basically for him all the rest of the way. I'm halfway there, which is nice. I didn't mean to pick up that Rossberry. I walked too far by accident. But, that's kind of cool, though, that, you know, you can just select, or, you know, change the leader midway through the dungeon, and then they'll take over, you know, leading and everything. It's, it gives you the ability to kind of, you know, really take control of a dungeon to give you the best chance of clearing it, or, you know, obtaining whatever it is you need to obtain from that dungeon or whatever. It's actually kind of it is a really cool thing. Like, for example, let's say that was like a sealed room above us there with like some items in it. Well, obviously I can't walk across the water, but Magnemite can float across the water. So I could, if this was a dungeon where I could do that, I could just very easily flick myself over to having Magnemite be the team leader, float across there, grab the whatever item was over there that I wanted, and then float back. And then I could either have Bulbasaur be the leader again, or I could just stay with Magnemite, whichever I chose to do. Actually, kind of a cool feature that this game introduces. I'm pretty sure you can do that in the Explorers games also. I just don't know what dungeons that starts in those games, because I haven't played the Explorers games as often as I played Red and Blue, and I haven't played the post game in Explorers in an even longer span of time than I've played the post game in this game, because I haven't played Explorers in a really long time. Well, that's a lie. I did just get done playing Explorers of Time earlier this year, I think, even, because I was wanting to, I wanted to sit there and go, I want to know what Pokemon are actually worthwhile, because I end up kind of using the same Pokemon in Mystery Dungeon all the time, both this game and Explorers. Every time I play, I pretty much I use the same Pokemon. And I'll be honest, in Explorers of Scott, or in the Explorers games, I actually don't even really use team members during the main story. Like, I don't start using team members until the post game starts, when, obviously dungeons are, we get a wide variety of dungeons. And it's like, I don't know why, for some reason, I don't know if it's just like the typings of them, or because there's so many. I think the main reason I don't use team members in the Explorers games is because there's so many more arcs where you're not allowed to use your own team members anyway. So it's like, what's the point? Like, because like, you get the first access to recruiting team members in Waterfall Cave, right? So from Waterfall Cave through the whole remainder of your time playing the game, you can recruit Pokemon, right? Well, very shortly after you I think like just a couple days of in-game time, and then maybe 1 or 2 plot points into being able to recruit Pokemon, you go on the expedition. And you're not allowed to bring team members with you on the expedition, because it's just for the guild only. And then you come back from that, and then you have cool, we are going to hit level 32 by the time we're done here. That's very nice for us. So then once you get done with the expedition, you have about 1 or 2 plot points, and then you go to the future. And then, you come back from the future, and then I don't even know if you have 1 plot point before you... I think you have a couple plot points before you end up dealing with, Brine Cave and everything, but you can't bring any team members to Brine Cave, because you go with Chatot, and then you go immediately from Brine Cave to the Hidden Land, and then ending the game, you can't bring any team members with you to the Hidden Land because, quote-unquote, only you and your partner are worthy, even though in all reality, only your partner should be the only one that's worthy, because they have the relic fragment, even though, there's our level up, even though, of course, the way that the games work, at least in the main story, you can't go to a dungeon by yourself, so it makes sense that you're worthy enough to go too, but... Well, and I guess Grovyle technically was too the first time around, right? But there we go, there's Smeargle. Yes, I did. Alright, well there's another rescue job completed. And the first tick of the post game is checked off now as well, too. Alright, why'd you run away, big fella? Now, this is another thing. Like, how did they know that he was here? Or did they just randomly come to this area of the world to maybe check and see if he was in Pokemon Square or see if anybody there knew where he was, you know? They're your friends, okay. I wonder why they don't have names. They should be just called Smeargle, right? But your sprite has a paw print on your back because that's just what Smeargles look like. You even can see it in the art of your sprite. That must look really awkward because, like, would you be able to put your palm, like, face up if they take your front paw? Unless it's somebody else that does it. Is it maybe the person that is actually performing the ceremony does it? I've always wondered that about this because, like, I always thought that it was them taking the front paw of the Smeargle that's growing up and pushing it down, but I don't think it'd be upside down. It would have to be. Unless it's the person doing it. Oh, whoa. Okay. Right, for real. That's one way to get a job, but I mean, that's cool. Yeah, so this is another cool thing. After you complete this, obviously, spoiler alert, Smeargle's friend is the Sky Blue Plains. But one cool thing that you can do after you finish this is you can actually change the design of your flag. So if you don't like the default flag of whatever starter it is you chose, you can have Smeargle change it to something else. If you so choose. I won't be doing that personally because I like the way it is. And I believe that it kind of sucks, but I believe that you get Smeargle at level 5. So you obviously, you know, that's a lot of leveling up to use him. But obviously, you know, with Smeargle being what Smeargle is, you know, he learns he learns Sketch every 10 levels. So I believe level 11 he'll learn it he'll learn Sketch again. So, you know what I mean, like, it's if you're careful with it, you can get his moveset decked out, of course, right? Yes, I was right, you do get him at level 5. And I mean, his stats aren't terrible. I mean, that's actually pretty solid stats for level 5. I actually think his stats are about the same that Magnemite's was when we got him at level 6. Way back when. I've never used Smeargle before, so I don't know if his stat gains and everything are the same that Magnemite's was, if he would actually be viable. But he's there if you guys choose him, of course, you know, if you want to use him. Just obviously you're going to have to level him up quite a bit because he is only level 5. And then obviously be very patient while you try to get his moveset decked out, because obviously you have to use Sketch, so you have to really decide what moves you want to give him. Let's throw this apple in the storage because we picked one up while we were in the dungeon there. And let's go and evolve. Let me show you guys how this works. So if you want to evolve, you have to be on the team by yourself. So honestly, it's best to just do it after you're done exploring around in a dungeon, which usually, obviously, because the whole team will be sent back to their friend areas. And obviously that'd be when you would go about, coming, or that would be easy because you'd obviously be in a dungeon doing a rescue to level up anyway, right? But you just walk into here, and this is Luminous Cave. Then you just click on evolve, and then if you're trying to evolve a Pokemon that requires an item to evolve, it'll ask if you want to give an item for the evolution. You would obviously click yes, and then select the item that is required. And if it's a Pokemon that requires 2 items, so pretty much all of your trade evos, well, not all of them, of course, but actually, I think there's only a small handful that requires 2. Onyx and Scizor, or Scyther, will need 2, because they'll need the Metal Coat and the Link Cable. Slowpoke into Slowking will need 2, and also Poliwhirl into Politoed will need 2, because they'll need the Link Cable and the King's Rock. So after you select the first item, it'll say, would you like to give a second item up, and then you obviously select that one, and then you'd evolve. But obviously, Bulbasaur is just for level up, so we'll click no, and then dialogue will happen. This noise will start to happen. It'll say some stuff's happening to us, and then we'll evolve. Oh, I should have showed you guys the XP to show you guys what I was talking about. But obviously, you see now it's 30,000 XP for me to level up. I don't think that's just because I evolved into Ivysaur. I'm pretty sure that was because I hit level 32. But we can evolve one more time, obviously, and you also have to leave Luminous Cave to evolve again if you are able to evolve to both stages of your evolution, like we are now. Just so you guys are aware. So again, we'll select no to taking the item. Go through all the dialogue again, and then here we are. Now it's interesting to me that they make Ivysaur and Venusaur so green in this. And ironically enough, our XP to level up to level 33 goes down by 10,000 now that we're a Venusaur, which is kind of funny because you'd think we'd be stronger now. And if you're wondering why the stats haven't changed, I actually don't know why. I don't know if that's a bug in the game or if it is meant to do that. Because obviously, as you know in Pokemon, when you evolve anything, their stats go up because their base stats are higher, right? But obviously in Mystery Dungeon there isn't necessarily base stats to go off of with the stat distribution and everything. I'm looking at you, Onyx. But I think your stage of evolution in your evolutionary line I think it still matters on how much your stats go up upon level up. I think so. I think that is still important, but it's just funny to me how green they make Ivysaur and Venusaur in this game because, they're... Well, actually, I think Bulbasaur even, too, is mostly green, isn't it? And they're, obviously, a dark blue, if you will, or like a turquoise almost, I guess it would be. But let's check and see if there's any jobs that give us lots of moolah that aren't too irritating to complete. Let's see, what do we have? We got Tiny Woods. I probably can scrap that, to be fair. We only want the ones that give us a good amount of money and a good amount of points. Got 2 escort missions, that's kind of irritating. There's another job for Mount Blaze. It's another escort mission, but I guess we can do it, that's fine. Oh no, maybe I don't want to do that because Ledian can float and I don't want it walking over the fire and getting burned. Yeah, that'll be annoying. Never mind, I'm gonna drop that. Gosh, they're all freaking escort missions. I guess I'll take that one, but yeah. But alright guys, I think that's a great place to wrap this part up. So, like I said last episode, I'm gonna do one more day of rescue jobs, and getting Magnemite level, getting ready to get leveled up and everything, so that we can get prepared to go down to Stormy Sea. But let me know in the comments of this video and the next episode if you guys want to see the whole process of going through all of these rescue missions, getting our rescue rank up, and getting Magnemite leveled up to 25, or if after next episode you want me to just do all the leveling up of Magnemite off screen and then just fill you in on any Pokemon that I possibly recruited, and if we rank up to gold rank or anything else along those lines. Because obviously I don't want to be boring you guys to death with just repetitive rescue missions for multiple episodes in a row just to get, prepared to go to the next story point. But yeah, with that, guys, I think it's a great place to wrap this part up. So if you guys did enjoy this episode, please leave a like down below. I'd greatly appreciate that. And click that subscribe button if you guys are new. And don't forget to click that little notification bell so you guys do get notified next time videos do go live on the channel. And with that, I will see you guys on my next episode. See you later, guys.